Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SYLBOURNE Show, and today, as usual, I have an extra special guest. You might be saying, well, SYLBOURNE, you always say extra special. Okay, well, I'm going to say extra special guest today.
I remember clearly February 2015,
Yeah.
had a normal day at school, which I thought was normal. But prior to that February 2015, work was going really badly. My appraisals were not as good as they have been. I was missing deadlines. And I didn't think to say anything because it was like, okay, I can do this. I've done it for 15 years, so it's not a problem. But it kept on going on and on and on.
Was that a situation like, is it do or die is a way to survive or something like that?
Yes, sink or swim. It was like I could either have this depression take me down fully, because it takes me down when I go home.
Yes.
Is it going to take out my whole life, or can I have a bit that I'm going to, swim and do good? And so that's what I did. So.
Right. And how was what was the competition like? You won, of course. Yeah.
So the competition. Well, you say of course, but it was really funny that I don't know if we got time for the story, but we was on stage. There's 5 of us on stage, and we was having our holding our poses. And fast forward, next thing I know, there's a judge standing next to me, and I started to cry instantly. He's trying to tell me that I'm not being disqualified. I've got an automatic invitation to the British finals, but I'm not listening to this because I'm still crying, sobbing my heart out. And then I've finally calmed down and he's told me the news. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. And of course, we got Andrea Corbett, who's telling us about her inspiring story. And please, this is really good. Andrea, welcome back again.
Thank you.
Glad you didn't go and do some workouts.
No.
Because guess what? If you went to do some workout, I'll be coming with you. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
And the show wouldn't be, that's it. We'll be taking the cameras to the gym as well.
Let's do that.
What gym do you go to,
That'd
by
be
the
a
way?
good Dow Dynamics in Archway.
Archway, okay, fantastic, good. You said that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, but I'm going to make sure I'm fit first. That's going to take 10 years, isn't it? Well, listen, you created Focus Workouts and CIC, Community Interest Company. Why do you think there was that gap, and especially with CIC, Andrea?
Okay, so Focus Workouts is my personal training side of things, so I'm a personal trainer.
Okay.
But the CIC is the Community Interest Company, which is the non-profit organisation.
Yes.
There's a gap because I feel that I needed to give back to the community what I learnt.
Yes.
I know there's quite a few literature about mental health and physical activity, but until you actually see it firsthand, it really, you can't see how the two can actually merge together. So the CIC was was founded to basically educate primarily women, but we're not leaving out the men, about health and well-being. So whether it be mental or whether it be physical well-being. For my part of the Community Interest Company, I'm dealing mostly with the youth. So setting up youth projects to educate them about the stigma we was talking about earlier.
This is our mental. So this is primarily around youths that may come to you. Is it referred to the CIC?
Yes, I'm working with local authorities.
Right.
To work in different departments that have, youth on their books. Even trying to get into schools as well. Right. Maybe just to do assemblies, just like I said about the education of the stigma around mental health. Yes. And I'm also a youth mental health first aider. Right. So, to try and diagnose, not diagnose, I shouldn't say diagnose, but to try and capture youth before it gets to this real serious stage, because schools, as I know from being a teacher, are really inundated and busy with the workload for the curriculum
that they miss out on these bits.
It's really hard to do both. So I want to go back into schools, but on the other side of the fence, to help the youth, just to go in, even if it's just say, how's your day? How are you feeling? Are you okay?
So the schools that you're working with, are they more, what's the sort of racial makeup of those schools? Is it black? Because I know a lot of issues sometimes regarding black youths.
I wouldn't
Or
say
is it
it's
mixed?
primary, it's mixed.
It's mixed.
Yeah.
It's breaking that stigma again, isn't
Mental
it?
health doesn't hold any, you know, it doesn't go just to the black community, or it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. Everybody has mental health, but whether it be a good mental health or...
But it's sometimes mental health is used very flippant to a certain extent at times, whereby many people sometimes will have a depression, you know, everybody have a good depression or feel down, and if they go to a doctor and say, okay, I'm going to put you on this now. Yeah. And is something, do you think?
Definitely. That's, as I said earlier, everyone, you get sad, you get upset, but if it continues over a period of time, that's when the depression kicks in. However, going back to the youth side of things, now even myself as an adult, this only happened a few years ago. So I found it difficult to actually comprehend and understand what was actually going on. Yes. I didn't know that I had a mental health illness. Yes. I didn't know, I wouldn't have sat down and said, oh yeah, I've got depression and anxiety. Yes. I wouldn't. So my giving back now is to try and get the youth to understand, just because they're acting up in school, let's take it back a step. What issues are they going through? They need someone to actually talk to outside of the school remit to feel comfortable with and to actually release whatever it is on their mind. So that's what I'm hoping to go in to do.
One question that just came to me, and I know people who are watching will be asking that question, and they'll be glad that I asked this question. How do you know, or did you know, that you are actually healed or don't have mental health? At what point would you say that I can say I'm free now?
I'm on the road to recovery.
On the road to recovery.
I won't say that I'm free.
Yes.
I can give you an example. Past Monday, I woke up, I was fine, did my cardio. Yeah. And then I had to go back to bed for 2 hours because I just felt sad again. Yeah. But now I know how to handle it. Right. That's the difference now. I know when I start feeling low, instead of grabbing a bottle of alcohol, I'll just go to sleep or grab a bottle of water.
So you have developed some sort of mechanism to sort of come against.
Learn how to handle it rather than let it pull you down. Yeah. So that's the difference between. So I wouldn't say I'm recovered.
But there must be a strong mindset which has been built over a period of time then, Andrea, you would say, in order to really battle through. Would you say it's the bodybuilding that bang, bang, you know?
It definitely is going to the gym, and it's definitely people just stopping me saying how inspirational I am to them, that strangers that I don't know. So it's kind of like doing it for them as well. Yes, yes. You know, because you've got people, I wouldn't say that looking up to me, but they do. I have had people come up and say that you're really inspirational and we love what you do. Yes. I put a blog out about coming out and telling people that I had a mental health issue. Yes. People will see me with the muscles and they, wow, that really happened to you. Because you know the first question you said when you ask people, are you fine? How are you? And they say, I'm fine. That was my answer. I'm fine. I'll put on that nice smile and, you know, but I know I'm not, but I'm not going to tell you
You're not going to tell everyone like that.
You know, so that's what people will see the I'm fine and see all the pictures on Instagram. But when I get home now, I'm not really fine. Right.
That's very interesting. So the challenges now, what is challenges now when addressing the body image to young people, especially like with CIC, especially females through bodybuilding, addressing the misconceptions which are, how do you use, you use that as a tool?
So the misconceptions, and I know you had a few. I'm a lot bigger than you expected me to walk in here, like, you know, it still can remain feminine. Yes. You know, and it people think bodybuilding, you're not feminine with it. you're violent with it. And it's so not the case. Well, in my case anyway, it's so not the case. And I want when I do my personal training, and I personal train mainly women, just for the mere fact of that empowerment, giving them that empowerment. So when they go to the gym and they go over to the weight section, they don't feel, oh my gosh, it's dominated by males. No, I can go in there too. You know, they have just as much rights to be in there as the men do.
So you develop with them a level of identity of who they are at the same time, isn't it?
Exactly. So, you know, it's not about, you don't have to be too thin, you don't have to be too muscular. It's about being comfortable within your own body. So just going back to what focus actually means. So focus is focus on creating your ultimate self. So when you're focusing on yourself and not worrying about what's going on outside of, you know, even on Instagram or Facebook, any of the other social medias, or just even in the gym, when you're focusing on yourself, that's when the magic happens. Yeah,
wow. Listen, we could go on forever, but I need to ask you this question. What help would you say is out there for those suffering from depression, stress and anxiety? What sort of help would you say is out there?
There are a lot of help out there. Unfortunately, not everybody knows about what's out there, hence why...
And much better, what other help you think is even needed, if anything, as well?
Like I said, hence why I want to go in to do more youth projects. Because I think there's a lot more that needs to be done with the youth and not just putting them into proofs or we need to actually address the problem head on.
Right, that's awesome, that's awesome. And finally, if you had a quote or like a mantra, something that you'd like to share with the guests or the viewers, what would you say? Especially, Andrea, going through the process of what you go through, what were some of the key words that inspired you, that kept you going?
Like I mentioned, the focus on creating your ultimate self, empowerment, be inspired, you know, just be happy. Just find happiness in whatever you feel you want to do. You know, don't feel that you have to conform to a certain way of society, because unfortunately, especially with the youth, they see a lot of this social media and they feel like this is the life we have to live, and it's not real. And sometimes they have to sort of put on a face to try to live up to this expectation and the pressure. And the pressures. Wow. Yeah. Andrea, listen, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the show and you've listened and you've seen. One thing that I want you to leave with is the fact that don't follow the stereotype of mental health. As you have listened to Andrea, she went through the process, but her mindset was something which was also profound, that kept her through. Bodybuilding was something that she used, like to hit it, to go against the flow. And as I always say, don't go with the flow. So therefore, just focus as much as possible. And of course, there are many ways and many help which is out there for persons with mental health. But don't be suffering in silence, and don't worry too much about the stereotype or the stigma, because if you need help, it's best to get help now. Is that correct, Andrea?
I couldn't agree more.
Fantastic. Thank you to our viewers for joining us, and remember to share, like and subscribe to the SYLBOURNE Show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and see you again on the SYLBOURNE Show. Thank you. Hi, thanks for watching our video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share and like, and don't forget to comment, but first subscribe.
Hi, I've just been on the SYLBOURNE Show. My name's Andrea Corbett. Please tune into the YouTube channel, like, subscribe and share.
Maybe I'm slightly nervous.
Go back there again.
It's Stacey's fault.
Maybe I'm gonna have to give you what he wants.